Friday. In today's practice, we're going to be looking at making space. Now, what do I mean by that? It's really a nice stretch, thinking about elongating those muscles, breathing in space into the body, and when we make space within the body, we clear up stagnant energy. And when we do that physically, it can have loads of mental benefits as well. So whilst we're practicing today, I would like you to really think about breathing that space into the body, making lots and lots of room for yourself so you can make big, expansive movements. Just take a second now to clear away anything that you don't want to be looking at for today's practice and find as much space as you can wherever you are practicing at home. So to begin, please come into a comfortable reclining position. You can either have your legs out straight on the mat, or you could have them bent with your feet on the floor, your knees knocked into touch, or any other reclining position that is comfortable for you. Close your eyes and just use the breath to really drop into the practice and find your anchor, rooting you down into the ground. Clasp your hands together so you make like a cradle with your hands. And just bring it to the base of your skull and gently lift your head up from the floor. Make any movements with your head, turning it from side to side. And really hold your skull, feeling the weight of your head in your hands. Making space in the neck. When you're ready and you've done a few movements that feel good, very, very gently just pull your head up slightly and place your head back down on the floor. So your neck should feel just a little bit longer. Your chin slightly tucked down towards your chest. If your legs are bent, straighten them out along the floor now. And clasp your left arm with your right hand. So just hold on to the wrist. Bring your hands above your head. Cross your left leg over your right. And bend over. Really pull on that left arm, bending over to the right. Making space in that side body. Inhale back to centre and simply swapping over, clasping the right hand this time, right leg over the left and bending over to the other side. Coming back to the middle and very simply just rolling over onto your tummy. Bringing your hands to the mat around your rib height. Roll those shoulders back and down, thinking about a nice long neck. Inhale, just gently lift up to a baby cobra. Still early on in the practice. Exhale, lowering down to the mat. Twice more. Inhale, roll those shoulders, draw the shoulder blades back and down. Gaze slightly lifted, stretching out that front body and finding space in the neck and shoulders. Exhale, back down to the mat. Good. Once more, roll the shoulders back and down. Lifting up. I like to just turn my head from side to side, just to look back at my feet. Opening up the chest, making space in the body. Exhale, lowering back down and pushing yourself back onto your knees and just taking a child's pose. So bottom back to your feet, hands stretch long, 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 head down to the mat. Breathing into the back, channeling that energy from the breath. Just see if you can make a bit more space in the back body. Inhale, come back up to center, tucking under your toes, lifting your bottom and straightening your legs into your first downward facing dog. Making space in the back of the legs now, pedaling those feet, stretching the hamstrings. As we did in Cobra, really think about drawing the shoulder blades back and down and keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Good. On an inhale, bring the feet together in the middle of your mat, bend your knees and step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, straighten the legs, flat back, gaze forwards, hands to the shins or the thighs. Continuing to make space in the back body, breathe here. And on an exhale, bend the knees, draping the body down over. And just hang your head. And let the head drop down. Good. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, and I'd like you to take your arms really wide, making lots of space, hands together above your head, and bring them together at your heart. As we move into a bit of a flow now, just keep thinking about making your movements as big and as expansive as you possibly can. So on an inhale, taking the arms out to the side and above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten those legs, hands to the shins, gaze forwards. Exhale, folding back down, step your right leg back into a low lunge. Inhale, lifting those arms, gazing up, making nice big movements. And exhale, hands to the mat. Take your left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, curl forwards to plank. Shift your weight forwards, drop the knees or lower into your chaturanga. Chest to the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulders, making space through the spine into your cobra. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts and bring it forwards to the top of your mat. Drop the back knee down, back into your low lunge. Swoop those arms up. Now bring your hands to the mat and just shift your weight backwards. Straighten that front leg, make space in the hamstring. Inhale, wave length through the spine, gaze forwards, toes facing towards the ceiling. And exhale, fold down over that straight left leg. Good. Holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend that front leg, pick up the back right leg and step it forward to the top of your mat. Straighten those legs, halfway lift. exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swoop those arms up. And bring your hands together at your heart. Lovely. I'm just going to change ends of the mat so you can keep seeing me. I'm going to take that on the other side now. So inhale, swoop those arms. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, and this time the left leg goes back into your low lunge. Drop the knee down to the mat. Inhale, lift those arms, gazing up. Make a nice big stretch through those hands. See how far you can reach. Take up loads of space. Exhale, hands back to the mat. Take your right leg back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, curl forwards to your plank position. Bottom is nice and flat, so you're in a nice long line. Shift your weight forwards, knees down or full chaturanga, lowering the chest to the ground. Roll those shoulders, making space, gazing up into your low cobra or high cobra. Good. Tuck under the toes, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky this time, and step it to the top of your mat. Drop the left knee down, swoop those arms up, making space into your low lunge. Beautiful. Hands to the mat, either side of that right foot, and shift your weight backwards, straightening that right leg. Inhale, gazing slightly upwards. Toes facing towards the ceiling. And exhale, fold your body down. It's a strong hamstring stretch here. Making lots of space through the hip and the leg. 3, 2, and 1. Gorgeous. Bend that foot back to the ground. Pick up your left leg onto the top of your mat. Halfway lift, gazing forwards. And exhaling, folding down. Inhale, swoop those arms up. Gazing towards the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Just taking a second here, at the top of your mat, close your eyes. Can you feel the space you're making already? Good. Go again. Inhale, swoop those arms up. And exhale, folding down, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, gazing forwards. Nice flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your right leg back again and dropping it down to the mat. Inhale, swoop, 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 arms nice and high. Moving quite quickly this time. Exhale, hands to the mat, step your left leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale, curl forwards to plank, shift your weight forwards and lowering down. Rise up to cobra, make space through the front body. Good. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Take it to the top of your mat, in the middle, facing forwards. Spin your right leg back. So again, we're coming up into our warrior two, like we did the other week. So your feet are in a T position. Your hands are out at shoulder height. Nice. Inhale, straighten that front leg. So you've got a slight bend in your front knee. It's not locked, just slightly bent to Keeping that thigh muscle switched on, hands out, gazing over your left arm, and shifting forwards, hinging at your hips. Take your left arm down to your left leg, right arm up, gazing skywards, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Breathing here. Making lots of space, so really push up through that leg. It'd be so easy just to drop down here, but really think about pushing, using that front arm to make space, take up loads of space, reaching high. Good. Bend that front knee to come out, coming back up to your warrior two, windmill those hands down, and take it back to your downward facing dog. Breathing here, pedaling those legs. Bring your feet together in the middle of your mat, bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Straighten those legs, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Swooping those arms really wide, and hands together at your heart. Exhale. Inhale, wide arms, gazing up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, taking the left leg back this time, dropping the left knee down. Inhale, rising up. Low lunge, gazing upwards. Exhale, hands to the mat. Pick up that left leg and take it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Shift your weight forwards and exhale, lowering to the ground. Inhale, roll the shoulders up to your cobra. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts this time. And take it to the top of your mat. Spinning your left foot down into your warrior two. Good. Gazing over that front arm. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Hinging forwards at the hips. And wherever you are, doesn't have to go that far. Take your front arm down to your right leg. Gazing up at your left hand. Really pushing up through that right arm. Making lots of space. Reaching high. This is a lovely side body stretch here. Nice. Bend that front knee to come out. Coming back into your warrior two. Windmill those hands down to the mat and step it back, downward facing dog. Pedal those legs for one last time before dropping down to your knees, shifting your weight back through your bottom to your heels and settling down into your child's pose. Good. Just dropping back into that breath for a second. And just feeling the effects of that space you've made in the body. When you're ready, just coming back up to seated. Joining me. Just to feel the effects of that practice. This is a very quick practice, it's not a full flow. You might feel a bit of tingling as the energy starts to flow through the body a little bit. You might feel a bit warm as your body's moving, your blood's pumping. However you're feeling at the end of your practice, just Just make a mental note of it today and notice the difference from when we started to how you feel now. I hope you've enjoyed practicing with me, making a bit of space in the body and just taking some time out of your day to flow and to be on your mat. Hands together at your heart. Thank you so much for joining me. Bowing to one another. Namaste.